The next thing you want to do is you want to take this bracket, and when I say this bracket, it's called, let's see what bracket it is. This is bracket D. And when you're looking at it from the top, you should have a large hole on the bottom and a smaller hole on the top. And that's the way that should look. Your large hole should be up facing you and then down toward the bottom, and then the smaller hole should be facing the top of the board. You're going to measure over from the left side of the board 3 inches and make a line, and you're going to be about 1 inch now from the bottom. Make that mark, and you are going to then measure up 1 inch and make that second line. There's your crosshairs right there. 1 inch from the bottom, 3 inches over from the side. And again, you're going to take your drill, your block of wood, and you're going to go ahead and drill that hole. Take one of your T-nuts, put it right in that hole there, pound it up in. Now you want to take another one of the short screws that we've been talking about. Now what you're going to do is you're going to hold your bracket and you're going to place the screw inside that hole at the bottom. So that's the way it's going to look right now.
Which hole? The small one?
Okay. That way you've got the big hole in the top. You'll be able to stick the screwdriver right down in there.
Okay.
Now, before we do that, before we actually put that in position, here's what I want you to do. You're going to measure up from the bottom of your board approximately 4 inches. Make a mark at 4 inches. And then make another mark at 3.5. If you make that mark at 4 and 3.5, that should be where the top hole is going to line up.
Maybe could you move away the center leg for now so you can see?
So now what you're doing is you're taking that, don't snug this screw down yet. You just want to make it so it's in there a little bit. Now line up that top hole with the mark that you made 4 inches over and 3.5 inches up. All right. Another thing that you can do is if you take your tape measure, in order to be able to get that mark, take the bracket, put it out of the way, take your tape measure, line it up at 3.5 inches on the side with your finger on the side of the tape. Take your pencil, put it right here, and you can make a line going straight down, just like that.
So it's 3 inches over. You said 4 inches over before.
No, I said 4 inches up.
Oh, well, you said it backwards.
So you're 3.5 inches up or over, and 4 inches up. Approximately 4 inches, depending on where the hole is. That's why you're better off if you can just take your tape 3.5 inches over, take your pencil, and make a line down. That line can be a couple inches. Now slide your bracket like that, and once it lines up with that line, you can see it through that hole. Take a nail, put it inside the hole, and tap it. That's going to give you your mark for your drill. What you're going to do is you're going to drill that hole. Clean all that dust out of there. Get another T-nut. Pound it up in. Now you're going to take one of the longer 1.25" screws that are in there, the bolts that are in there, place it in the top hole and line this up. And again, you want to make sure the bottom one is not real tight because you're going to need some room to move here, and line that up. That's where that goes. But first what we have to do is we got to put the leg in there. So, as long as those holes line up, you should be okay. The leg that we're going to use on this one is going to be the one without a bracket. This leg is going to be without a bracket. What we're going to do, there's no bracket on this leg. As you can see, this one has a bracket on it. This is not the one you want to use on the left side. You're going to use the one without a bracket. you're going to line the holes up so your bolt goes through the leg, through the bracket, and into that T-nut. It's just a matter of getting things lined up and tightened down. Go ahead and tighten that down pretty good. And then you can tighten your bottom one up. Just like that. So now your leg is going to move freely. Go ahead and take it down while it's like in this position. You can pop it in like that. You can pull it out. It'll loosen it up a little bit. If some of these things seem to be a little tight while you're trying to use them, what you can do is you can spray a little bit of WD-40 or silicone spray. That'll help you loosen it up. Over time, these things will loosen up a little bit and work a little more smoothly for you. Now you can snap that center leg section back into place. What you're going to do now is go ahead and get that leg out of your way and come to the right side and take your next bracket. This bracket is called, let's see, bracket E on the instructions. We're going to do the same thing. That large hole wants to be fit to you and up so that you can get your screwdriver down into it like that. The measurements on this side are the same as on the other one. You're going to measure up 1 inch from the bottom and 3 inches over from the right side. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and drill your hole right there. Take your short screw right down in there. All right, first before you put the bracket down, again, what you want to do is you want to take your tape measure, measure over 3.5 inches, approximately 4 inches up, or you can take the tape like I showed you, put a guide on the side, and just go up and down like that, and you've already got your line.
That's at 3.5 inches, right?
That's 3.5 inches over from the side and 4 inches up.
But the bottom one is 3 inches over.
Nick.
Just making sure, you know. Because you're doing the bottom one right now, right?
No, I'm going to drill out the top right now.
Oh, right.
Okay. So you drilled out the bottom, 3 inches over, right. 1 inch up. The top is 3.5 inches over and 4 inches up, or you can just line the bracket up with the 3.5 afterward. I'm sorry if this sounds confusing, but if you follow your instructions, we're just trying to give you an idea, because sometimes these things can be hard to do if you don't know how, if you've never done these things before. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this T-nut up through the bottom. Go ahead and loosely attach that bottom screw. Line the hole up with the line that you made, 3.5 over and 4 inches up. Once you've got that, take your nail, put it through, and tap it. That gives you your mark, and then you can drill that hole. Again, you're going to take another T-nut. Tap that into place. Now you're going to take this other leg section. You want the holes facing the bracket. What you want to do is you want to have this bracket that's attached to the leg facing you. So you're going to lay that here, line up the holes just like that. You're going to take the other long bolt that you have, line everything up and screw that into the T-nut. You want to tighten that down pretty snug. And then tighten the bottom as well. Now, when these legs are working properly, what you're going to do is when this is in the folded position, they'll be snapped together just like that. And what I'm going to do is after I get this all together, I'm going to show you one of the easiest ways to be able to set up and take down your board.